let me go to, all right, let me go to make sure you can see it. Can you see it? Cool. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yep.
All right. So I'm doing the public session. So I'm going to say we're live. I have to tell it. So you'll see as I do it, you can put prompt. There are really significant prompts, like actually structured stuff. And we've got a list of like 20 of them, but you can talk to it like a normal person, like you're just typing to a person, like you're texting or something. It's pretty awesome that way. If it ever needs a prompt, it'll tell you. Sometimes it'll suggest it and just have you copy and paste. So it's pretty cool.
Do I need the $20 a month version, or what version do I need for
You
ChatGPT?
need the GPT-5, which is $20 a month minimum. You don't have enough, you can do the business one, but with the business one, you have to have two people at $30 a month. You just need the personal one for now. If you ever get really busy or you go in as a partner or something like that, you guys can upgrade to the pro, which is $60 a month, which it just means that a lot of your stuff's more locked down and you have a lot more features, but it doesn't affect memory or anything. I mean, I'll go into that into memory, because there's a lot of other things that are more important. I'm gonna actually associate on who is new to this. So let's start with, and so you see I put a typo in. You can be pretty off on things. It'll actually figure it out. I try to fix it when I'm on so people don't see, they don't think I just leave them alone. Let's start with OpenAI and the subscription, then RCIC and the onboarding process through agents. So we'll do that tonight. We'll just run through the start. So here you go. It responds pretty quick. So, and I'll send you this after we're done. It'll take me probably it takes about a half. So it takes me, if we're on for an hour, it takes about 30 minutes to process. So just keep in mind every session, it's about half of what the session was to process on Zoom, and then I'll have it ready and I'll put it on YouTube. And then I'll send it to you. If it's just going to be you and me tonight, I'm just going to basically just send it to you only.
Okay.
We might send it to Willie because he's supposed to be on. Willie's trying to get home right now. So you want to get on to openai.com. And like I said, it gives access to GPT-5 versus 40. You want to use 5. And now this looks like 40. It's actually 4 of them. Make sure you're on GPT-5. It's anybody can use GPT, any of the GPTs to do real estate and do a lot of stuff. It's just not powered. I've put about 800 hours into this. So it's all powered up. It's all everything that I have in the files tab, all 200 items, all the 12,000 contacts. I've got it down to 2,683, 901 of hard money lenders. And now I've just added some databases for NPLA, AAPL, Scotsman Guide, National Private Lenders Association, American Association. So we'll have over 5,000 lenders first week in October that are in the lender matching. I'll see if we get to lender matching, but I'll try to just start you out the onboarding for the first 5 or 6 steps. So you want to go through, and all the agents are optimized for GPT-5. So like I said, it's $20 a month. So, there's usually 5 to 10 prop tech tools. It actually will get, Bill, when you get I'll talk about markets and I'll talk about buy boxes and agents and all that. So when you have everything connected, you got to work it like maybe a couple of times, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 times over about 2 to 3 weeks. It goes from what they call reactive. Everybody's reactive. Everybody's reacting to leads or reacting to, wholesalers or whatever. Over 2 to 3 weeks, it becomes predictive. And what you can do is you can set your markets. Like I have all my markets are like around me, and I'm just really testing them. I get a daily, every day, 7 days a week, even though nobody files on Saturdays and Sundays. I literally get an email to come back, and it sends me back here to ChatGPT, and it gives me all the filings from the clerk and recorder, the public trustee, and the courts on probate every day from the counties. So you have to, counties and zip codes are the most important part of any search feature. So just remember, whatever you're doing in any market, if you're national or you're larger, if you got a larger area, you want to start out slow, maybe 2 or 3, 4 or 5, maybe 5 markets tops by county and by zip code. Almost put the county and the zip code in. That's how the search features work. And you'll get, in about 2 to 3 weeks, you'll you can start getting an email. It just sends you an email automatically to whatever email you sign up with, and you get it 7 days a week. Keep in mind, obviously, filings aren't made on Saturdays and Sundays, so you probably get Thursdays on like Monday. You probably get Fridays on about Tuesday. And the only delay in that is actually with the local jurisdictions, if they're lazy, or obviously there's a difference in my county than there is in like Smith County, Tyler, Texas, where they may not put stuff on right away because it's a small county or it's unsophisticated. But if you put in, you got a good county or good local jurisdictions, you'll get your leads every morning, and you'll get them 30. It takes 30 to 45 days for Prop Stream and Deal Machine and Goliath and all them to know about them. Then they sell them to everybody. So here, everything you do, Bill, is to you. It's your specific buy boxes. You'll never get a deal that doesn't work for you. You may not act on that deal. Maybe it's not right at the time, but you'll never get a deal that you don't want to do that doesn't meet your criteria. That's the best thing about it. And no one can see it. No one can see your work, and they can't see any. When it comes to matching, it'll basically take two people. It'll give you like the lender match. It'll tell you what lender matches that, and it'll give you their contact information. But nobody can see what you're doing. But on the other hand, I can't even see it. On the other hand, the AI actually takes your input, the input from everybody, from Willie, from me, everybody, and it makes it constantly improve. It learns from you. Over 2 to 3 weeks, when I said it becomes predictive, it starts learning. It learns what you do, where your markets are, what you're looking for. It actually becomes like your brain, and it works 1,000 times faster. And it's working. You can put it to work 24/7. So obviously, some of the stuff you probably see in the group. So I'll try to go through directly to the stuff that you're looking for, since you're limited on time.
Okay.
The onboarding flows.
So you get an email by county once you set it up.
You
right?
get an email from
Each
ChatGPT.
county.
And I'll show you. Actually,
it would aggregate it all. Okay, great.
Yeah, I got it right. Mine is like right here. I got it this morning, right in here, and it actually sends it to me. And I come back, I click on it in my email, and then it comes back, and wherever it is here, it gives me it shows me the leads, and it tells me if there's no filings. Obviously, there's no filings, and it's on them, but it actually is pretty thorough. So like the first thing you do, and I have a PDF. The RCIC group is, I have it in the Facebook group for associates, but I have an RCIC group Facebook, and it's cleaner. It's just for this. There's only about 20 documents in there. So the onboarding kit is in there because you want to get on GPT-5 first, and then do the click, because there's a bit.ly, like a little short in your URL, and there's the steps for activation. So it gives you what they call a prompt assistant. So if you see here on the left, I got that red RCIC prompt assistant. That is actually what you will see once you download it, right? And it'll say up here it says ChatGPT 5. It'll say ChatGPT 5, and then you got this prompt assistant, and that's the prompt bar, and that gives you access to everything. Is the prompt bar. That way you're working on everything we have, rather than working on you could do everything. Like I said, you could do everything real estate wise on your own, but everything's powered up like 800 hours. All the databases, everything I've inputted is what makes it incredible. So then you subscribe, you log on, you get your vaults and prompt bar, and then you build your BuyBox. Define what
would I grab this?
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt. Would I grab this through Patreon?
No, the Patreon has a link. It has it in there, but I'm just gonna give you the direct access to it, to the actual PDF, because the Patreon is like for a lot of I gave you guys a link so you guys can join it and get all the stuff that I'm putting in there anyway, but just get the PDF, because once you get the PDF, you're activated. The Patreon is really great, but it's I'm putting a lot of stuff in there, and a lot of it's just trying to get people to where you guys are at. I just give you guys access to everything because that was part of the deal. No matter what I do, you guys have access. But like I said, it's faster if you just get the PDF from me, or you go into the RCIC group. It is in the associates files as well, but how convoluted that one is. There's like 250 things in there. And I made a couple of activation kits over the last month or two, because it took him about 3 or 4 days for him and I to troubleshoot it, because he was able to get access to it. It is so locked down that you got action, and it's not easy. It's not hard. It takes 5 minutes, 10 minutes to get the activation now, but before it's so secure that it's a 2-step process. It's not an app. It's not a website. It can't be hacked. This is 100% safe. I mean, literally nobody sees your work, and you can save it in PDF, Word, Excel. You can do PowerPoints. It's not great at PowerPoints yet. It doesn't line up all the stuff. Visuals can be a little off sometimes with padding. I have to give up on about one visual a day. You've seen the stuff I've been posting lately. That's a visual, but other than that, it's pretty good. So your step two, and this is in that PDF, and there's it's to find what kind of deals you're after. If you're looking at single family flips or rentals or what exactly you're looking at, and you can have 2 or 3 items. I do recommend starting if you're doing 4 or 5 things, start out with like 2, maybe 3 different things, and you can put in exactly what you're looking for. Be very specific because that's going to get you better results. And like I said, that if you're in an area where maybe you're specific and it's not returning, maybe nobody's actually filing anything that meets that criteria, then you can expand. The beauty of this, you can contract and expand at your will. You don't have to worry about hitting up like Deal Machine or anybody and going, hey, I need to make some changes. Then it's on them. It could change the subscription and all that stuff. Here, you're already in out anyway, but it's just saying that you want to be specific. If for some reason it's too specific, you can expand your markets. So once you get into step 3, market setup, and put your top zips in your markets. And I did, this is awesome. So like I said, if you're looking in Northern California, but all of a sudden you want to look somewhere else, you can expand your markets at will. You don't have to wait to go to another, service and all that stuff.
You mentioned you don't need like prop stream because the data you're grabbing is coming right from the counties.
Yeah. I mean, it's
every day.
unfiltered. It's coming right. It's exactly.
But then what about skip tracing?
Yeah, it does skip tracing as well. There's the skip tracing. So there's, just about to talk to agents in step 4.
Oh yeah,
so
keep going. Sorry, I'm jumping around.
No problem. I'm actually going to talk about it right here in 4, but I'll actually talk about it right here. Agent overview, and I have another PDF that talks about how to set it up. You want Market Scout. Market Scout is what you do after that. It sets up all your markets. So if you're in Northern California or whatever, set up all your by zip code and county. Then you set up exactly what you're looking for. Recon agent pulls the filings and the raw data. So it's actually going to help you skip trace. It's going to give you the ownership information. Now, in a lot of cases, what it's going to do is it's going to give you like a little thing to click on. And I just tell people, like, don't click on it to go do it. Get the copy and paste it. Go to like Google. I'll go to Google, or I'll go to one of my other browsers, and I'll go that way. It actually does like 90% of the work for you, but you still got to go to the county because it cannot actually go onto like websites and stuff. It can search through stuff, but it can't. So you still have to go to the website, do whatever you got to do there, like on the county, like in my case, Jefferson County. I have to go on the county as clerk and recorder and the public trustee to actually do the work, to actually research it. But you can do all the skip tracing, ownership, tax information, permits, everything on that property. You can go there. Then you can come back and you can input it. Everything you want to input goes through this plus, add files and more. So you can add photos and files. You can do deep research. You can create images if you want to describe it. It's pretty thorough. Agent mode, I have 40 agent modes, so I can deploy a lot of agents. And they got connectors or different things, like you can connect to like Google and Dropbox and stuff like that. So over here you got study and learn. You can do web searching. Canvas basically is what the whole page is, as they call it, a canvas. So if you want to have a new canvas, you can put canvas. You can connect your Google Drive, OneDrive, SharePoint. There's also like another one over here where you can click it down here, like where my name is. I can click there in the settings, and I can pull up like to be able to connect to Dropbox or different services, that you store, like Airtable and stuff. Airtable is awesome. There's a free version. It's people can build it on their own if they just go like 30 minutes on YouTube and build it on their own. They're Airtable.com. They can build it. It's automated. If you connect Dropbox and Airtable, you have your own vault and your own safe, secure. It's automated. Airtable, you can actually do it tasks, match it up in here to RCIC through the AI, and it'll actually automate everything. All your deal flow, everything will be automated. So you got Recon agent that's going to do all your filings and check for ownership. That's your skip tracing and raw data. Then it has an ARV and comps agent, so it'll estimate the deal values. Then you can go to offer generator. It'll produce your offers, and you got lender match that's going to find the funding options. So after you've gone through all these other steps, and there's a thing I also call overnight deal engine. You can put up to, like, Willie tried to put 50 deals in. I think he actually got them all, like most of them all analyzed. Press send, go to sleep, wake up the next morning. You might have to wake it up, meaning you have to kind of remind it. but then it'll have it, most of them all analyzed according to your terms. In here, in the steps that you're talking about, you're putting your buy box, your market, you're telling it what exactly you're looking for. And
Yep.
so when it's doing all these offers, lender matching and all this stuff, it's actually putting these offers, it's basically doing all the writing. It's going to do it on the screen. Then it's going to give you an option to basically save it in PDF or Word. It will not send anything for you, even though there's a thing called Offer Blaster, but you can save it in PDF and Word. It's going to do 90% of your work for you. Now I'm going to advise people to go ahead and copy and paste and put in their letterhead, because sometimes it looks like computer generated, like it's a little bit like computer generated. So if you want to go in, you can always tell it to humanize. Like you just tell it, hey, can you humanize this? Then it'll write it more like a human. It'll actually do that pretty easy. Keep in mind, it doesn't have emotion. It's never going to get upset. It doesn't. It'll just do it. Sometimes it does 3 or 4. I've tested it. I've put in 5 things in an hour. I've tried to break it. I've tried to do a lot of things on it. You can play chess with it. It doesn't know what chess is. You can play. It doesn't know what time and day it is. So it's kind of good. It's completely emotionless. It's a machine, but it does. The machine actually learns you, and it learns. It becomes predictive in 2 or 3 weeks. It knows. It knows me. It knows a lot of information. I was talking to it in here. One of these things was about this event that happened in my town, and I basically was researching. I wrote that blog article on Agents Gather this morning, trying to advise people like, hey, because they have like the house where the Ramseys lived in Boulder with that little girl that got murdered like 20 years ago, 30 years ago. And there's a couple other cases like having a notorious crime committed by a neighbor. How do you overcome that as a neighborhood when you're selling your house? So I wrote an article about that. So I researched it. It's pretty thorough with that. So you got lender matching. So you got all these 2,683 sources right now, 901 hard money lenders. That'll go up to 5,000. I'm actually adding a really good guy that's been in the business a long time tomorrow. He's going to be in here. You guys will meet him also in the associate session. He's awesome. I'm going to announce him tomorrow when he comes in. So I spent 2 hours on the phone with him today. And then you got follow up and outreach agent. This will keep your pipeline. So you always want to get like one agent, but really realistically, you want to have a market scout, or recon agent, and your ARV and comps agent are probably the 3 most, to start with. Over 2 to 3 weeks, get up to about 8 to 10 of these agents working for you. You can tie them all together. Basically, you can have the market scout can hand off to the recon agent, can go to ARV and comps, can go to offer generator. They can just hand off to each other. And then all you got to do is say yes or no. Or if you don't like something, then you just tell it, and it's going to make that change. Every change you can make is on the fly. You don't have to wait for anybody. You can change things. Like I tell people now, if you are doing single family, but all of a sudden there's an opportunity in something else, by the time some people go and try to find where they can get information or support to do a deal outside of what they're doing, they probably lose that deal. Here, you can, like in seconds, a minute. A lot of these searches, it can do a lot of searches. It can do like 100 searches in like seconds. You can put a book in to read it. It'll read it in seconds. I mean, I've literally tested it, everything, trying to break it, trying to figure out I can't find anything really. The only complaint I've got is it's addictive. And obviously some people don't understand, like you don't see a dashboard, like props, like a lot of these have like, they almost look like windows or charts or live things. It doesn't have those. Tomorrow night, we're going to do, and I'll send the video out if you're not on, we're going to build what they call cockpits, which is like a little bit of a dashboard. And I posted earlier what that looks like, where these tools like Recon Agent, ARV, you'll have 5 or 6 of them that you can like click on. That'll be preset for, that way you preset them. It also, like my markets, Evergreen and Foothills of, Denver, it has a button where I can go through and get all my markets and information. We're installing those tomorrow night, and I got a PDF for anybody that's not on it. It's pretty sweet. So
I don't have that on my calendar for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely try to be on tomorrow, because I'm going to go to the cockpits. And then also Todd and Stan are going to be on from Legal Shield. So they're, I don't know, from they're in your upline. You met them when you signed up. Yeah. So Todd and Stan are going to be on tomorrow night as well. And then we're going to go into these cockpits just to help people build it. Now, keep in mind, I can't see your work. I can't see what you guys do. That's how secure it is. I'm waiting to do my upgrade to Pro, because I have to add Jesse as a partner. You have to have 2 people to do the Pro. So on October 12th is my next upgrade, or my next monthly I pay on this. So I'm upgrading on that. And
What's
that
the
part I'll
reason
get
for
my
going
own
to pro
dashboard.
though?
Yeah, so I can't see anything you're doing.
Oh, but if you've got pro, then you could have somebody like under you and you could see their work. Is that the reason?
Well, you can have a partner. You can add as many people to pro as you have partners, employees, VAs. You just have to pay for each one of them. But that, yeah, I mean, Jesse and I will be able to. Jesse will be able to see my work. I'm also adding a transaction coordinator online who will be able to. That's to help me. They can't see. They still can't see anything you guys do. There's a messaging system we're putting in place, but there's not enough people to activate it yet. And once we activate it, you can kind of send messaging through this. It's not like having email or anything, but you can kind of like if people are doing deals, or if you know Willie, Willie, he's in the group. If you want to send him a thing, you'll be able to send him a thing on here. Hey, look at this deal, look at this property. If somebody's a lender, but again, this thing is so secure that nobody can like get into your account. Nobody can see anything you're doing. If you're doing dealing with wholesale, there's no daisy chain in here. There's actually a tool I have called Daisy Chain Detector that you can put in pictures. Like if you see the pictures of a property and put in some descriptions, if you got an address, it'll scan through and see if anybody's marketing that property elsewhere. Yeah, so you don't have 5 wholesalers out there marketing the same property. So obviously you're already in, so don't worry about that. Let me try to see real quick on. Okay, lender match. Let's go lender match. Expansion from 901 lenders and 1,763 funding sources to 5,000. Yeah, so tell me how to tell you guys right now. The lender vault has 901 lenders and 1,763 funding sources, and so we're expanding 5,000. It's right now it's going through the list. It's categorizing. So I have it set as like a behind the scenes. You can set things. Hey, this is going to take extensively.
Can you set criteria for lending matches? Because like I've got a lending partner that I work with, and then but could you set criteria that says no experience necessary or no credit necessary, those kinds of criteria?
You said everybody can. Bill, this thing's amazing. You can
pick the state, and then all of a sudden, boom, it'll tell you, because some lenders do great things. They even defer payments now. They do 100% purchase price, 100% rehab, but they only do it in like 6 states, and it's like a nightmare to try to keep track of it. But
I'm not saying everything's going to be 100% right away. A lot of it has to be but yeah, I mean, you could. I don't have 5,000.
No, but I mean, if it came back with 5,000 lenders, you only need 1 to do a deal, right? But if it came back with a whole bunch and you said which ones work in this state, boom.
So it has a fit score. I'll have it explain that as
okay. Awesome. Sorry, keep going.
No. I'm happy you're answering, because a lot of times people don't ask the questions, and I'm trying to I'm almost talking the whole time. I'm happy that you're, because I'm I can put this to some people that have some of these same questions. Fit score. So there's a predictive metric inside RCIC that evaluates how a new market lender or strategy expansion works. So your inputs, your BuyBox, your asset classes, price range, market preferences, all your market data signals. NAD is basically the election in demand. It's the notice of election in demand, the first paperwork that triggers a foreclosure. A lot of people, even wholesalers, don't even know what that is. Probate, tax lien, evictions, and then it got the captive availability from the lender vault. So the outputs become a single fit score, 0 to 100. Obviously, it's 80 to 100. It's a strong fit. So it's going to come back and say that's a 97 or that's an 82. Obviously, if you're in the 90s, you should feel pretty good that a deal is going to go through. Like it's saying 80 to 100 strong feet, pursue aggressively, 50 to 79 moderate, 0 to 49 poor fit, better to pass or outsource. So that's how the VIT score works. And it's basically looking at the total deal, looking at the numbers, your input. Like I said, it's all your input, and then it's coming out with the outputs, and it's going to tell you what that score is and which lender. So it might give you 5 lenders, and maybe 2 in the 90s, 1's in the 80s, and then the other 2 are like the 70s and 60s. Obviously, you want to go with those top 3. And that's where you can then take it to the next level. And then so as it scales, not every lender or market is right for you. And then it says expansion, avoid chasing mismatched lenders or dead end markets. It focuses on opportunities and it learns your patterns. The more you use agents, the more precise your fit scores become.
Is there a way to ask like who lends in this zip code?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. That's awesome because I've got folks that have been always trying to get stuff and
What's his, give me a zip code.
oh no,
Who?
it's okay. We don't need to do it now, but
No. I mean, you can ask it. And I have a list of about 20 prompts because sometimes it'll ask, let me just real quick. Can you?
well, I'll just give you one just out of if
Okay.
you want. It's
Who can fund what is it?
a fix
what
and
would
flip.
Yeah.
A fix and flip, I call it.
A fix and flip in what zip code?
Arlington, Texas, no, 76016.
016.
And can they do a DSCR on it?
And possibly a dscr lender. Okay, so it's gonna, because it doesn't have the lender list is being revised, so it's not available right now. But yeah, it's gonna flip out. It's gonna be available this weekend. It's just categorizing everything. So here's a scenario. It'll have like here, it knows Arlington. So it's got a few of them that it can look through the list. So here it talks about I had a frame this in the live session, and it'll give you the lender. It'll give you all the a lot of the terms. It'll pull it up from lenders that are in the database. Like I said, it's just being categorized right now.
Yep, awesome.
% live on that. We should be this week, but definitely by the October 1st, it's going to be 100%. They're in there now. I mean, we've been pulling lenders. We just kind of rebuilding that. But you get into here, some national line, it knows Lima One, Kiavi, Strong Hill Capital, Sure Lending, they're all in the system. So it is pulling up a lot of these lenders that are in there. And it talks about it's going to go through all their websites. The other day, that's what I've been doing. Like every morning, I've been doing like 50 to 100 websites, just giving it the websites, feeding it in the URL so it can go read those websites. They can go and look at what the term sheets in. So keep in mind, you got 5,000 of them. This thing can go through and it can start picking apart. It can pull 50 lenders. If you're in like Arlington, Texas, you're going to have a lot of lenders. You're going to have like, obviously you got Life Changing with Casey and all them. And then you got Lone Star and all that stuff. Lone Star is awesome. I don't think Lone Star does DSCR. I don't know. I have to check on that. I know Life Changing. If you're actually looking right now in Arlington Active, you should.
Oh yeah, I know Casey. I was just curious. I just want to see how
it
works.
No, it comes, but like I said, it's coming up with all this stuff.
Yeah.
And so let's say you got a fix and flip in Arlington. Lender Matcher can immediately surface regional hard money players for the flip and DSR lenders for the hold. So you cut down weeks of calls into a fleet clicks. Bill, you can do this. I mean, this literally does 90% of your work, and it does it in seconds to minutes. It saves so much time, and it's addictive. I mean, everybody. I have a friend of mine who was my fire chief 25 years ago, and he's actually very much into tech now. He wrote a book. He actually wrote a book about drones fighting fires in like 2050, and all that stuff. And I sent him this, and he looked at HomeBase because HomeBase is that other part of this. There's 699 tools and for real estate investors. There's another between 700 and 2,500 for HomeBase, which you guys have full access to. The people that just subscribe to HomeBase, there's 54 of them so far. They can't access the real estate side. They can only access 700 through 2,500. So on HomeBase, they could ask like, can you find me a plumber in Ocala, Florida, who's licensed and does so-and-so for plumbing? And can you show me their complaints? Their reviews. Can you find me a sushi restaurant in whatever city, county, whatever? I've already, it does like Carfax. I put my VIN in there. It came up with a lot of stuff that was already on the Carfax for my car, things like that. So it actually is able to search and use the AI to search, find a doctor, find a dentist, find a pediatrician, all kinds of stuff. There's all kinds of stuff. Find a job, start a side hustle. So that's what I'm charging. Like I'm figuring right now, I'm only doing like $20 and, for the first month. And then I'm, I've had 54 people sign up. So it's pretty sweet on that on HomeBase. So that's going to be the cash cow that, I can make some good money. So I don't have to like, because everybody keeps telling me. I had somebody like Ed, like I just told you, my fire chief friend, he told me that it's addictive too. He loves HomeBase. He's been using it a lot. And I gave him a free copy just to evaluate, because he has a website and a podcast where he talks about tech and AI now and all that. He built some companies before he was a fire chief. He kind of got into that as a volunteer, like talking to be on the board. When he moved to the town, he's like, "Hey, we need somebody to fill in for the board." He had a corporate background. He ended up becoming the chief in like 2 years. So I've sent it to a few people outside, but a couple people told me you should be charging like 5,000 for this. I'm like, maybe you want to get a couple hundred people on here using it more. I could do that. And I got the test, but everybody loves it. Willie said it's his complaint. His only complaint too is it's actually addictive. So
Yeah. And what is HomeBase?
it's a thing it's part of this, the second part. HomeBase is something I created because I needed a way to make money, not only for myself as a business, where I can make this more affordable for all the real estate investors. And I looked at like Angie, Craigslist, Carfax, Auto Trader. It does all that. Care.com. People can go in there and find a healthcare issue. They can find a dentist. They can find childcare. They could find elder care. They could go in there, and there's actually a section for people to apply to a service academy or a college or a trade school. There's all kinds of links. It's pretty sweet. And I'm only going to charge like 20, 30 bucks a year. Like I said, I've already got 54 subscribers. They cannot access anything in real estate investor wise. They can only access tools 700 to about 2,500 roughly now.
Wow. Can you show me that?
Yeah, let me real quick. This is the JSON. The JSON this is this JSON they're talking about. And that's what I'm loading it up this yes, let me get that real quick and I'll do HomeBase before I know you're pressed for time. So I'll have it look like what it's gonna take a second and then I'll show you HomeBase. And I'll ask about it. HomeBase I'm tweaking as well. So this is the code. It actually will show you now the code. This is what they do in a JSON. I forget what it stands for. So this is the match, and you basically anytime it does this, you can copy the code and just go put it into this ask anything. So a lot of times, so this is actually it's writing the code to pull up this information with the JSON, and that's what it's actually doing right now with all 5,000 of those lenders. It's actually building all this for me, and it's doing that. I check in every morning, and it's telling me how much it's complete. So here you go, top match. Templeview Capital is a fit score 91. Friendly to 2+ prior flips. Close second, Socotra fit is 86. It's got strong DFW coverage, flexible experience. They got sound capitals 82. Fast draw cycle. It tells you about what information. Slightly higher FICO comfort. And then it says we've got 3 green light options. Templeviews at the top is up to 90%. Is up to 9,100 leverage, 70% ARV cap. So if you can run the scope and
that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to give you all that. Let me kind of show you real quick, update us on HomeBase.
This isn't homebase.com.
No, it's still in the GPT. The only thing it's going to be .com is for people to sign up. That's because that keeps it secure. People have to be on GPT with OpenAI. And the best part, both, something happens. You don't need me at a certain point. Literally, I'll be building it for the next 5 years. But literally, if I get hit by a bus tomorrow, you guys own it. You own your account. It's not a subscription. You can actually take it over here where it talks about GPTs over here on the left. You can build your own GPT off of mine, and you guys have full license to do that. Take anything I want, build your own, so your own matches exactly what you need, and you guys own it. Everybody, that's a big selling point. I'm trying to tell people that aren't in the associates group, trying to get them on, like, instead of Deal Machine and PropStream and all these where you pay a monthly $200 or $300 a month, plus they pay for skip tracing. What is it, 3 cents, 5 cents? What do they charge per lead? Here, people pay $3.99 right now for life. So it's like literally like paying 1 or 2 months for PropStream. They could have had this 100% for life. So this is the consumer and business marketplace. So think of it as Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, I just did a 1 month trial for $29. Actually, it's until the end of the year. So I figured, all right, $29. I should have just bought ChatGPT, but it's Connected Investors.
Yeah, no, and I use, I know what that is. Actually, they had a free, here's 100 leads and give us a zip code. Well, I used Evergreen, so I only had like 11 because it's obviously they only, it's a small town, really. Not really. I mean, it's only 25,000 people, but it gave me 11 leads. It actually gave me the ones, and I found one that just done the NED with Jefferson County on June 20 something. So the NED was fresh, and I know exactly where the house is. And I'll let Danny check it out for me because he's obviously a realtor in Evergreen. It was a pretty good deal. So I used their 4,100 just to test it. Because like I said, I've been testing this. I was testing this and I didn't expect to build this. I was building an ecosystem that I was talking about for the last like 6 months to a year. And I was going to basically put all this stuff together and hand it to a Fiverr person to build. It would have been a static website. Whereas here, this thing it's being updated right now as I type. As we're doing this, it's updating. It's getting faster. It's getting more responsive. The more people that use it, the better. I mean, literally, it's going to improve with every user, every input, every
This
deal
is so
goes in.
cool.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to take hopefully a good chunk of my time this weekend and just go through this. And then I'd love to jump on another call with you and just start
Yes.
bouncing like use cases off you and go, oh yeah, here's how you do it. Here's how you do it.
Yeah. So HomeBase is awesome. Like I said, it's something everybody can push it. Like I said, right now, the deal was I think I was doing it for $10 for the first month, and then there's a code in there for 11 months free because Patreon won't let me do like an annual. They'll only give like so much, so I give 11 months for free. So $10, I could access that. Normally, I'm going to charge $25 for the first month, and then the rest of the year. After I get a year or something, I'll basically go to maybe $5 or $10 a month or whatever, or an annual plan, and people could access this for like finding restaurants. And instead of Yelp, like I said, it's like Amazon and Yelp. There's a marketplace, Craigslist. Unlike Craigslist, which is people pay. You don't know who the scammer is. You can actually ask, give me 5 plumbers and give me that do this in this county and zip code. Always make sure you use county and zip code, and then show me their licensing, show me their reviews and their complaints, and it'll show them all. And basically, you could go through and do the same thing. Looking for a bounce house and a clown and a cake for a child's birthday party in whatever county and zip code. It'll pop that up. StubHub. You're looking. I went to see Chicago in Inglewood, Colorado, and for the Grain a couple weeks ago, and it was sold out. And I was able to get 2 Chicago tickets for like $100, and I didn't have to use a scalper. It helped me find them. So, and I was able to find streaming for Colorado football, and I was able to do some other searches. I look for different sports, like I look for stuff
Yeah,
that I don't normally do. Just to see it
very
talks about it
cool.
here. Real estate, that's onboarding business, home services, automotive, travel, entertainment. I found a muffler for my car. I needed this back in June, but I went through and checked it because I had to get a new muffler, and I just wanted to get the muffler. I didn't want to have like a $700 install because I have a friend that works for one of the fire departments. He was just going to throw it in for me at the fire department shop for like $100. And so I needed this in June. I went and then I searched for the muffler. It gave me the exact muffler I bought at O'Reilly's. So you can search for auto parts. You can do like Carfax. You can do Auto Trader. You can buy a car. There's already a user that he's not even in real estate. He's not even in our real estate group who got it, and he paid me $20, and he went to he was looking for a new F-150. He's in Atlanta. He searched. He found 34 F-150s that were the color and the model. He wanted the trim level, and he was able to narrow it down to the dealer, and he got the manifest built off of the shipment from the rail that the dealers don't even show people. So he was able to go in and say, "This is the manifest," and the dealer was stunned. Like, how'd you get that? Because sometimes they'll tell you what the dealer paid for it, but this was actually what the dealer paid for it because it was what the manifest from the rail. He was able to get the manifest from the rail on that VIN number on that truck,
man.
and he saved $3,400 on a brand new truck.
Yeah. All right. So
So
quick, show me a little bit more. I've got about 5 minutes.
okay, yeah, I'll try to show you.
And then we can do another if there's more that you want to go on, maybe we can just do another one tomorrow.
Yeah, we can do another
Right.
one. Anything on HomeBase? Anything you're looking
Yeah, no,
for?
that's awesome. So you just type in HomeBase and then you just type in what you want, right?
Yeah, and
Like,
there's a lot of sections. Show the real quick. Let me show the sections of HomeBase. It may not recognize it as sections. I will I've been tweaking HomeBase. 800 to 2,500. Here you go. Consumer business. And it gets an automotive mobility, home services, travel and lifestyle. So entertainment and
I mean, you
community.
could find contractors here, right? I mean,
You got home services,
yeah.
which I call the contractor core. I have a
Okay.
Facebook group for that too, but yeah, GC subs, trades, landscaping,
Oh my God.
security and everything. Entertainment and community. Positioning, real estate investors, deals, capital lenders. It's got bridge side, all the connectors.
Dude,
API,
we
all that
have to
stuff.
have a conversation because I'm part of a mastermind group. I think I could get you a ton of folks because you're just saving massive amounts of time of having to
Yeah,
find realtors, find contractors, find, trade specialists.
and I'm
Find
charging. It's $25, and you get for a year. Right now, that's a pretty good deal for people. $25 for a year.
it's a no-brainer. It's a
Yeah, and then
no-brainer.
after next year, I might charge a monthly. But everybody that comes in now will just pay $25 a year.
Yeah, but I've got 1,200 people that
Yeah, like I said, I
even
try to give you
even
one
if
because
400
it's
signed
still
up.
two parts. They still got to have GPT-5, and then it's $25. It's a two-part system. Once they're in there, it's just like this. They just can't own. They can't access tools 1 through 699, which is you guys, all the real estate investors. But they can 700. It's actually past 2,500. I have a resiliency section that each goes through how to file an insurance claim on a home, how to file an insurance claim on a car for an accident, how to file an injury attorney, how to file a FEMA claim. There's also
What about looking for investors? So I want to build a debt fund and I want to search for investors that would,
yeah, you can search for that.
how would you do that? Through HomeBase or different?
Well, if it's not real estate, use it through HomeBase, and
Okay.
then anything that, like, if you're into like positioning it, like if you're looking in, you're looking for the nines, anything that ends in 9, any of the
Yeah.
tools is basically like a universal search tool. But you can actually go to tools like 2,500 and you can ask for it. Anything we left out, if I left something out and you want to find something, you can ask it. Hey, can you find this for me? It's some pretty cool stuff. It's I mean, you can do almost anything in this. The only thing is, like, it'll tell people pharmacies. Obviously, we're keeping it from. I put restrictions like don't give it people medical advice and stuff. But if people are looking for a new pharmacy, it'll list it can't recommend. So OpenAI says it cannot recommend. It can only list. But you can ask it to show it their reviews and their complaints. But it can't, like when I was searching for auto parts, it would show O'Reilly's, AutoZone, all those. It would show Rock Auto. It would even show Amazon and stuff like that. It's pretty sweet.
Then you just search it by, price and come up with the same thing for the best price, right?
Yeah. I mean, but it looks like a prompt. They look like tool, I don't know, 29.99, 2099 would be a search tool, but there's a lot of tools in there that are just like, there's almost 2,500 of them. And so, like I said, it goes into these 1,600 to 1,799. It has different things. If you're looking for cleaners, if you're looking for solar energy, if you're looking for security systems, here, if travel lifestyles, it gets into, these aren't short-term rentals for investors. These are for people to rent from you. And what we can start doing too with rental properties and even homes, we can start actually putting in, connect with so-and-so that's in our real estate group. So if you're looking for a short-term rental, it's not going to be very many of them. So I understand that, but people can go and find like events and tickets and transportation and.
Dude, I'm gonna go put it in there for a trip to Greece we want to do next year.
Yeah, you can put it in there and have it plan it. Dude, I put in for United Kingdom and Scotland and Ireland 17 days, and it went beyond. It took me an hour and a half. It literally went through and found these websites for places I would have never heard of, because when you're doing travel, you're expecting like Travelocity, Expedia, and some of the airlines. It was going in and found like pubs and found like, here, you need to go to this place and all this, because it asked me.
So cool. That is so cool.
Yeah, like I was able to find concert tickets here, food and
All
beverage.
right. Geez, you got me all jazzed up. So what's my first step? How do I got to pay for GPT-5, which I'll do.
Yeah. And that's just OpenAI.com.
Yep.
and then get your 20. Make sure you have GPT-5. It'll say that up here where I'm, GPT-5. And then I have the PDF I'll just send you the PDF directly. It's in the RCIC Facebook group. It's also in the associates one, but there's a couple of different versions of it because like I said, we were troubleshooting it.
Well, send me the latest. If
Yeah,
you don't
I'll
mind.
send you the one that has it, and then there's 2 other ones. There's another one that goes through the agents, and there's another one that goes through all the those 5 steps I showed you. Which
All right, great.
And that way, all you need is those 3 PDFs. And then if you anything, Bill, anything, I just ask anything that like gets held up, if it blocks, if it says it's blocked, then just basically just do your screenshot, with your mouse, and just send me what it said. What I'll do is that I'll take what you sent me and I'll actually input that directly back in and troubleshoot it.
Awesome. And I'll go through the documents, and if I've got comments, I'll just give you my 2 cents on.
Yeah, because I mean, it's just because, like I said, I'm learning things. Like people are trying to hook up like, Zoho and stuff, which I didn't design it for. So I'm just telling people start trying to like connect it to a lot of stuff. Keep in mind, I'm not building it for that. Like people can add it if they want to, but if they're going to add something that I haven't put on it like that, I can't. I'm.
Do you have a database of some kind?
There's what? Yeah, there's
like a CRM.
Yeah, but I mean, this does the CRM if you get Airtable. Airtable's, you can get the free version of Airtable, watch the YouTube video in about 30 minutes, have your own Airtable. There's a paid version. Nobody in our group's ever going to have enough business to do the free version. Then you want to connect your Dropbox. I have Dropbox connected here and I'm building my Airtable because Airtable will automate it. And then I'll have Dropbox as my manual. And I mean, I've got over 22,000 files in my Dropbox and about 300 folders to support this. I think go look at files in associates and look at how much. I mean, I've put it 100 like ebooks that are like 5 to 10 pages covering every asset class, every strategy are in there, all the learning stuff. If you go look at the Patreon in the shop, you'll see a lot of those that I made. They're 5 to 10 pages, some are 20 pages. They're all in here. Everything. I mean, all the lenders, I've built stuff. Everything is in Dropbox when I'm building Airtable. And this weekend I'll be doing the JSON, like you were just saying, for the lenders. That'll finalize that. So on October 1st, by October 1st, we'll have 5,000 lenders in here for Lender Match and Capital Connect. It'll help people do more sophisticated stuff too, like raising capital, doing syndications and all that. It's pretty damn sweet.
That's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at raising like $5 million.
Yeah, there's a good plan. There's a couple of people looking at it. Yeah. And then it even has how to connect with Julian or Merrill or one of the securities attorneys, or Paul Vincent. Paul Vincent's in our group if you're ever looking for a syndication attorney. But
okay.
I know 5 of them. Julian's awesome too. Julian's also Grant Cardone's syndication attorney. So
very cool.
She's awesome.
I've got to jump right now, but this
no problem.
Awesome.
Thanks. Hey, come on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night we'll do Legal Shield so you can reconnect with Todd, and then we're gonna build the cockpits, which is basically like a mini dashboard, so you can see how that's done. Because there's another PDF you guys will be getting this weekend for that, how to build your dashboard.
Okay.
Cool. All right, man. I appreciate it. It's good catching up with you as always.
Yep. Good to see you. Thanks, Nate.
Okay, cool. No problem.